Hello, what's up guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about financial institutions in Germany that is best for international students. If you're ready, stay tuned. So before I start this video, I have to say that if you're not coming to Germany as a businessman, entrepreneur, someone who's come to invest in the real estate, airlines or hotels, then trust me, any financial institution or any bank in Germany has a special package for students. But in this video, I'm going to focus on the top 4 that made it to the list. So 3 out of these 4 banks are traditional banks and 1 is an online banking platform. Traditional bank in the sense that these banks are physical, they have physical buildings you can walk into, talk to someone, make appointment, and your problems and your things can be done physically. Online platform, I don't think I have to explain what that is. Everything is done on an app or on the website. So I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of these traditional banking system, and I think they're very similar. So the 3 traditional banks on this list is Deutsche Bank, Commerzbank, and Sparkasse. But I'll talk about these individual banks and how they differ from one another. So 4th on the list is Deutsche Bank. I was shocked Deutsche Bank came 4th on my list because Deutsche Bank is being introduced to foreign students even in our home countries before we come to Germany. The embassy recommends certain financial institutions that we make our block account with, and on this list you will find Deutsche Bank on it. However, most students don't end up opening branches with Deutsche Bank because when they come to Germany, they realize it's a little bit difficult to find Deutsche Bank as compared to other traditional banks. But the main advantage of Deutsche Bank is the charges it charge on the Geo Konto, that's the current account for students. For Deutsche Bank, as long as you are in school, you do not pay for charges on your konto or your account. German, Deutsch, English. Normally in Germany, when you hit 25, you have to pay for charges on your account. But when they start deducting money from your account, all you have to do is take your student Bescheinigung that you are still a student, and these charges wouldn't be deducted from your account. With Commerzbank, this threshold is being extended extra 5 years. That means when you hit 25 and you are still a student, you can still have an account that comes with free charges till you are 30. 30 and beyond, whether or not you are still a student, you have to pay for the charges. And number 2, or the bank that came 2nd on the list, is Sparkasse. So the main reason why students will choose Sparkasse over other traditional banks in Germany is its availability and accessibility. Sparkasse is all over the country. Like when you come to Germany, you will see Sparkasse at the airport, at the Hauptbahnhof, on campus, like all over the city. So, and because of this, students are more drawn to what they see, like because it's all over the place, and students want to be able to get easy access to their money because using different accounts, ATM sometimes comes with extra charges. That's one of the main reasons students end up using Sparkasse. But the service between these 3 banks are not really different because I think the banking system in Germany has a standard level of doing stuff. And with Sparkasse, once you hit 25, you have to pay the charges that comes with opening an account in Germany. So with the main advantages with these traditional banks is the trust people have in this system. These traditional banks are trusted partners people are willing to work with, and that's one of the main advantages it has over the online banking system. However, its disadvantages cannot be ignored. One on the list is opening an account with these traditional banks. It can be very stressful for international students. So most international students come to Germany with block account, and once they get to the country, their aim is to get access to their money, use their money to do registration and other stuff. But before you can open an account with a traditional bank, you need Anmeldung, that is city registration. Sometimes it becomes very hectic and stressful for students who just want to access their block account money just because they've not been able to register with the city center or city council and don't have the necessary document to open their block account, and it becomes a setback for a lot of students. One other problem is getting an appointment with these banks to open your block account. You can't just walk to any of these banks and say you want to open an account today and it's done for you. You have to call and make an appointment, and sometimes you get appointment as early as maybe a week or 2 weeks or even a month, which ends up adding to the problems of the students because all you want is just get access to your block account and start living life in Germany. One other problem is the language of command. These banks are typical German banks and contracts must be signed in German. With some of these banks, if they realize you don't have a lot of knowledge with the language, they request that you come with someone who can translate everything to you in your mother language, whether English or French or whatever language you speak. Because you are come to sign a contract with this financial institution and you should know what you are getting yourself into. And these banks are working with standards. They can't just let you sign any contract without letting you understanding the full contract and what it entails. For me personally, one of the main problems I have with the traditional banking system is the fact that the German banking system is not centralized. If you have an account with, let's say, Sparkasse in Frankfurt and you move to Berlin, Sparkasse in Berlin is not the same as Sparkasse in Frankfurt. If you have a problem, you have to call or get back to your branch, or better still, transfer your account to Berlin before Berlin can help you or assist you in any problem you are having, which I found, and this I find it to be a very big setback for the financial institutions in Germany. I hope you're enjoying the video you are watching, and if you like the content, you can support my channel by hitting the subscribe button and giving me a thumbs up. Let's get back to it. The online bank that made it to the list and made it to the first position is N26. And honestly, if I had done this video like 6 months ago, I would have put Sparkasse number 1 and N26 number 2. But having been with N26 for some time and comparing the benefit I have had from N26 and Sparkasse that I've been with for almost a year, I think N26 is a better fit for students. Let's talk about the disadvantages of N26. N26 is a traditional bank. That means you don't get to see a building called N26 that you walk in and tell the service person your problems or stuff. Problems are being resolved through text messages or through phone calls. That can be an advantage and disadvantage at the same time. One other thing people talk about is limited amount of withdrawal. With the free N26 package, students or customers can withdraw 3 times without any charges. Any other extra withdrawal comes with extra charges. But I don't find it that very problematic because in Germany, transactions are usually done from account to account and holding real money is not that common. I hardly carry cash around myself. But talking about the advantages of N26 for students especially is mind-blowing. One, the main advantage is that you don't need done before you register for N26. That means once you get to the country today, tomorrow you can download the app and start opening your account without the done. That is the city registration. Second on the list is the language of command on the app. There are other options apart from German that you can use. I think the default is already in English, so you know what you are doing, like you understand everything about your account. You don't have to overlook certain things because you don't understand the language. And I think this is one of the main reasons students end up opening accounts with N26 than the traditional banking system, because the language is a big problem. One other advantage I've realized most students have gotten from N26 is extreme overdraft and credit. So unlike the traditional banking system where you have to prove your financial status before you are given credit and some overdraft, if you use N26 as your main account for some time, for a year or two, you get extreme huge overdraft and credit. I know someone who got an overdraft of almost 9,000 euros, and he used this 9,000 euros to open his second block account when he was asked to renew his visa. And I think this benefit, you will not get it from any traditional bank in Germany. It's not that you wouldn't get, but as a student, you wouldn't meet the requirement these traditional bank systems will request from you. But the key thing you have to note is, as your main account, if you have an account with N26 and it's a dormant account or a secondary account, you wouldn't get these benefits as someone who uses the account as their main account. When I came to Germany, I knew about N26 and I knew I was being introduced to it. However, I didn't open an account with it because I was also not sure with their security and all these online platform stuff. But having been with the bank for almost 7 months now, I can boldly say that the benefit I've gotten from N26 cannot be compared with the account I had with Sparkasse that I've been with almost a year and a half. So, like I said before, every banking system in Germany has a special package for students. And once you're not coming to Germany to do business, any bank you decide to bank with will serve you very good. But I personally recommend either N26 or Sparkasse for students. I'm going to put my reference link in the description. If you want to open an account with N26, you can use it. I would have put my reference link from Sparkasse also in the description, but like I said, the banking system, the traditional banking system in Germany is not centralized. So if you use my link to open an account and maybe you end up coming to Germany by being a different Bundesland, you have to transfer your account later to your Bundesland, and that was going to be problematic for you. So I will put only the N26 reference link in my description, and if you want to open an account with N26, you can use it. I think I'll get like 10 euros or so. I hope you find this video very informative and educative, and if you did, don't forget to share, like and subscribe to my channel. Like always, the name is Promzy and I'm signing out. Peace.